Isaiah chapter 9 includes another very famous prophecy about Jesus. This is Isaiah 9, verses 6 and 7. For to us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Of the increase of his government and of peace there will be no end, on the throne of David and over his kingdom, to establish it and to uphold it with justice and with righteousness from this time forth and forevermore. The zeal of the Lord of hosts will do this. As with so many prophecies, it did have meaning and fulfillment in the immediate context. There is a child that is born during this story. For Ahaz and the people of Judah, this child, whoever he was, I think probably the son of Isaiah, was the immediate assurance that the present conflict with Syria and Samaria would pass, and a righteous man would sit on the throne of David. The problem is the child of Isaiah, named Maher-shalal-hash-baz, does not fulfill this prophecy. Hezekiah does not actually fulfill this prophecy. The child promised in this scripture is divine. He is called Mighty God and Everlasting Father. He reigns over an eternal kingdom with no boundaries. That doesn't describe Hezekiah or anyone at that time. The prophecy is clearly giving a divine nature to the child and really making him the same as God. He is so substantially equal with God that he is called Mighty God and Everlasting Father. From a Christian perspective, this makes perfect sense. Jesus Christ was God in flesh. Jesus sits on the throne of David. He is King of the Jews and King over all nations of all people. He reigns over an eternal kingdom with no boundaries. Jesus Christ has a kingdom which is a kingdom of peace and justice and righteousness. For the Jews that reject Jesus Christ, this conclusion is simply unacceptable. So the text had to be changed. In modern English scriptures, translated for Orthodox Jews, this verse is reworded to take the divine qualities away from the Son. Here's an example from the Jewish Publication Society. It says, "For a child has been born to us, a son has been given us, and authority has settled on his shoulders. He has been named, the mighty God is planning grace, the eternal Father, a peaceable ruler." There's also this modern translation of the Targum Jonathan, "For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and he has taken the law upon himself to keep it. His name is called from before him who is wonderful in counsel, the mighty God who liveth to eternity, the Messiah, whose peace shall be upon us in his days." The main thing to notice is that these translations don't agree with each other at all. They use completely different approaches to take divinity away from the Son. They're not trying to be accurate. They're trying to take Jesus Christ out of the prophecy. This demonstrates one of the difficulties of reading translations as opposed to reading the original text. Translations can be manipulated based on theological biases, as these are. If you're an Orthodox Jew and you don't want this passage to be about Jesus Christ, then you can play games with the grammar and make it mean something else. Most of us can't read the original Hebrew, but we can use the context to inform our understanding. This child was first mentioned in Isaiah 7, verse 14, and his name is given. "Therefore the Lord himself will give you a sign. Behold, the virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel." This is not meant to be understood as a literal name, but as a description of who the child is. The child is Emmanuel, that is, God with us. And this agrees with the names given to the child here in Isaiah 9:6. He is named, among other things, the mighty God and the everlasting Father. Thanks for listening.